place in the IPL.
हेलो एवरीवन टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ बाउंड्री राइडर्स। सो ये है आईपीएल के पहले वीकेंड का वार। सो नाउ दैट द फर्स्ट वीक इज गॉन and we have seen some thrilling contests. I mean, all the IPL giants, they have locked horns with each other, and we have seen some very close contests. There have been some one or two, I would say, one-sided contests, but more or less, I mean, it has looked like the IPL that we all know about. I mean, as always, breathtaking IPL. So today in our agenda, what we'll have is that we'll first have a look at what happened in the first week of IPL 2025, how the teams performed, how the teams are looking like for the upcoming games and for the entire tournament, and then we'll move to the mouth-watering contest that we have for this coming week. So let's start with Shaikat. So Shaikat, how does IPL ka weekend ka war look like? Like how does the first week look like?
I think, as usual, it was pretty much. I think we guessed it right during our pre-show, right? It would be a run fest, I would say, rather. So a little unhappy as a cricketing fan, but very entertained, to be honest. And I think few of the matches, I was expecting much more, close contest, but we missed out on a lot of close contests in the first week. But I'm hopeful that the more we go deep into the tournament, we will get much more, tight matches and last over finishes. We are expecting. I mean, teams are. This is a new cycle, right? So teams are still getting used to the newer members and accommodating themselves as a team, uniting themselves as a team. So I think this first 2 weeks will go as identifying your strengths and weakness for each team, and then we'll probably see something more exciting when we see more competitive tournament than this week. So talking about few handpicks, right? The first handpick of the thing which I would like to talk about is the form of RCB. I think with the last two matches what we saw, right, they are the team which is looking like a team to beat. So in terms of bowling, fielding, and all three department, right, batting, I think they have done it, which usually a lot of the teams dare to do in their initial stage, at least beating KKR at the Eden Gardens and doing what they did with CSK in the Chepauk. So nobody predicted this kind of form during the initial phase. And also there were a few surprise elements from the one which we saw in the game from Delhi. We saw a lot of new faces. We saw emerging player like Prince Yadav. I think where he started playing. He just the player who played only tennis ball cricket and bold his dream delivery to get out.
Travis said.
Uh, Travis said, yeah. So these are some of the exciting things which we saw, and I think we will be witnessing a lot more exciting talent which were unknown for us, and this is the best part of the IPL. And there are a lot more in the dugout as well. We can see the more we go into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely agreed with it. I mean, RCB is kind of a surprise package this year, and I mean, if you remember that when we were talking about the team analysis, like how the teams look like after the auction, right? I mean, RCB's bowling was looking better, but it was not. I mean, the way it has come out in the first two games, so beating Kolkata in their den and Chennai at beating Chennai at Chepauk after 17 years, right? 2008 is what they beat
Yes.
them. So no De Villiers, no Gale, no one. And here is one Rajat Patidar. He comes and he conquers Chennai, right, in front of that entire Dhoni fan club, right? So that is great. I mean, RCB is looking great, and hopefully, as I had predicted in one of the shows, if you remember, right, IPL 18 will it be the year for VK 18, right? So let's hope. I still do not. I mean, I still have some doubts. Like, will they be able to keep their nerves in the big finale? But the way it is looking like, it's sure shot. It's looking like to be in the top four at least. And if not, I mean, if luck permits, then maybe in the top two as well. So moving forward, let's start with the teams. I mean, how they are looking like. So Rickjoy, let's start with the champions first. So the defending champions KKR. How does it? I mean, what do you see? How do they look like?
So right now, KKR has been the main narrative going on throughout the week is less than about the team and more about the pitch and the controversy surrounding it. So it will be very difficult to judge by the two performances they had. The first match, I believe, even though it was a good wicket to bat on, but because of the dampness of the pitch, because it was covered for the whole day and the day before, KKR couldn't get the advantage batting first. So that's why they faltered there, and especially their middle order faltered massively. And then bowling wise, also they could not capitalize because at that point of time the pitch got a little drier and it was just smooth for the batters to hit boundaries. So, and their captaincy was quite defensive and it was very formulaic. There was no on-field, judgment, making changes and all those stuff. Not bowling Russell. I'm not sure why. So those kind of there are multiple factors for which they lost the match. And for the second match, it was a quite a turnaround, and there was some surprising decision when they played Moeen Ali instead of Sunil Narayan. They, as somebody said in on some other podcast I was there in, the KKR came very well prepared, like a very studious, pupil, and they just studied the pitch, went on to bowl first, and then stuck to their basics. And the same thing, the same formula which they relied upon, they still applied here. Instead of Sunil Narayan, we had Moeen Ali, and Moeen Ali bowled bowled quite well. I think that's the dilemma going forward. That if Eden Garden, especially in the home matches, okay, if the Eden Garden pitch supports more spinners, it's a spin friendly track, then should they drop Spencer Johnson and play with three spinners? That will be a great advantage for them. But I'm not sure what is the current scenario, what will happen on Monday. So it's a bit dicey. I cannot predict what's the momentum in the team right now, whether the win has given confidence to go ahead, because right now their own home stadium has become a big hindrance where they will play almost 7+ matches, right? That has become a big hindrance to their strengths and weaknesses. So right now, I'm not be surprised that KKR has to find their combination right when Sunil Nayan comes back. So um, that's what I want to say. That they still need to find the combination and they still need to focus on their strength and have more aggressive and dynamic captaincy. Then only
Yeah,
they
I
can.
think yes, I agree with it. I mean, and see, making playing Moeen Ali. So I would like to bring out a very interesting statistics over here. So Moeen Ali, what I was reading is he has never conceded more than 33 runs in an IPL innings, right? So that's how economical he has been. I mean, he has not performed very well with the bat. I mean, he has not been. I mean, he has not been a huge form or he in a great form ever. Even for CSK, I think he had played some blinders, but he was not consistent. But he can be a floater. He can come at 3 or 4 sometimes, depending on the situation. Sometimes he can come with along with Russell and do that finishing job as well, right? Spencer Johnson always. I mean, even in the last IPL, he was hyped. He was bought for 10 crores, and I think if you just want to bring the flavor of Stark that you had, there's no point in playing Spencer Johnson. You have Vaibhav Arora. You have Harshit Rana, and then you have Vaibhav Arora is a new ball bowler. Harshit Rana can pitch in 1 or 2 bowlers. Sunil Narine can be used in the power play, right? And in the death, you can have Harshit Rana bowl. You can have Andre Russell bowl as well. So Andre Russell, we have seen that he can bowl in the death, right? He can give you 2 overs at least. And the middle overs, there can be all the 3 spinners: Varun Chakravarti, Moeen Ali, and Sunil Narine. They are completing the quota. So that's how the balance should look like. And another point I would just like to add that what I mentioned in our chats as well, right? That KKR are batting very deep. If Ramandeep is batting at 8, it does not make sense at all, right? So they have to somehow, I mean, Rahane and Raghuvanshi, I mean, it's my opinion, both of them should not play together. I mean, that's what I should be. I believe that Raghuvanshi should always be a backup of Rahane, or even if they play, then at least, I mean, playing Ramandeep is of no sense. Like his talent is getting wasted because he does not bowl as well, right? You don't give him a over as well. So batting at 8 just for his fielding, I don't think that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Saikat, your take on it?
Yeah, I think Spencer Johnson. I don't know how much he has done well in the death bowling. I haven't seen him bowling even a single Yorker in the last two matches. Even though the first match, I thought the match was over, and the second match it was almost on, but he still bowled the length balls in the final few overs. But the problem is you have to have your a gun pacer. See, KKR have stuck with Mitchell Stark. They trusted that talent. They have spent a lot of money, and they did that. So I think it's still early days. I think Spencer Johnson will still get couple of more games. The next game is against Mumbai in Wankhede. I think they will be dependent on his swing bowling. I don't think KKR have enough swing bowlers. And he's your best swing bowlers at the end of the day. He's way ahead than Vaibhav Arora, at least I can say. He's
Hmm.
still playing that game. I think even if he gets gets hit like other matches, I think he'll probably be replaced by an Anil Nokia. But I still see him playing at least 1 or 2 matches. But I don't think
Okay.
Moeen Ali will be as per the plan. I don't think Moeen Ali will get his place back when Narayan is there,
Hmm.
unless there is a spinning track. They're playing in a spinning track. I don't see Moeen Ali getting back into that place.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
yeah, the problem here is what you mentioned about Rahan and Raghuvanshi. These are the batters who have performed in the last two matches. So I doubt they will specifically tweak about anything in their batting lineup. But when time comes, they have to score runs. The lower order has to
hmm.
score runs, which did not happen in the first match. Ramandeep, Russell, Rinku all got opportunities and everybody faltered. So time will come probably in 3, 4 matches in the all 14 league matches. You never know. And those are the areas where you have to score. So I think
Okay.
it's still the early days. They will stick to the gun with their plan.
And I also
Okay.
think that because the year before Gambhir came, KKR was trying so many combinations with their opening and all. So they are quite traumatized of again changing whatever it was, whatever you call a winning formula. So that's
Hmm.
why we were surprised when Moin Ali opened the inning, just because they wanted to make him act like Sunil Narayan, even though we
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, yeah. Correct.
yeah,
It's a like for like replacement that they were trying to bring in.
Yeah.
they were so traumatized to like send Raghuvanshi or Rahane to open the inning. They were like, no, we are comfortable in this position. Our mindset is set over there. We are not going to make any changes. So that's why I agree with Saikat that in the next home match, probably they will drop Moin Ali despite him being a great,
And I
you
think
know,
the next match is in Wankhede, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's in
it's in
Mumbai. Correct.
Wankhede in Mumbai.
but Mumbai is
Correct.
not a ranked turner. Like they can,
No, it is
No,
not.
no,
No.
no, it is
yeah,
not. It's not. You
yeah,
will see
I think that's
runs
the
on that
first
pitch.
game. That's the
yeah,
first game in Wankhede.
correct.
That
And
Correct.
secondly, is that when Sunil Nayan will be back, why would they play another spinner, right? They'll be like, we want three
Hmm.
spinner, three pacer. If Russell bowls, that's quite good, and then two spinners. That's more than enough.
correct.
Okay, let's move to the next finalist, that is SRH. Very hot and cold in the first two matches. I mean, in the first match, they showed from that they started from where they left last season. Brilliant batting again. I mean, it was. I mean, if you're on the on the opposition, if you're in that opposition, you will fear that batting lineup, right? Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan adding, scoring a century on debut, and then debut for SRH, and then you have Henrik Klassen, Nitish Kumar Reddy, and I think those two batters, Aniket Verma and Abhinav Manohar, he has not performed, but though
Mhm.
that top 6 7, it looks. I mean, it is dangerous, but in the second match, I think a weakness that got exposed there. That what happens if the top three, top four do not score, and we were all expecting is Hyderabad with that Lucknow bowling lineup. I mean, which is taking nothing away from Lucknow, but with that bowling lineup, which is very new comparatively and very inexperienced, every one of us thought that it will be a 300 plus from SRH. So, but nothing happened of that sorts, and Lucknow won that convincingly. So what about SRH, Saikat? Hot and cold in the first two matches.
So a lot of people might be surprised when I have not kept SRH in the top four as my prediction. So I may be Maybe I'm very much wrong, but I think they still don't have the plan B. The reason why they have lost the final, remember last year. What happens when you're 30 for 3 in the power play? You still play the same sort of game which you planned for. They are doing so. I don't think so. They have a plan B to drag that game. I think Nitish Kumar already did that. He tried that, but eventually faltered with the plan which the team had. I think they have tremendously improved their bowling this time around. They can play, I think, Rahul Chahar as well as Zampa together now.
Hmm.
Considering they have Shami, I think Shami's form is little concern, and Harshal Patel, and you have the two good spinners along with Cummins. So this is a very improved team. No doubt they are the favorites to play the final, but my only concern is the strategy. If they miss out on the
Hmm.
strategy on the plan B, who is going to hold that innings? Who will be someone like Rahane from KKR? Who will be someone like Rachin Ravindra from CSK? Somebody like that. I think they are missing that trick. You won't be getting 200, 250. You cannot target 250 every match. You have to have a plan B. That is something which is missing. I don't think there is any apart from this strategy thing. I don't think there is any other loophole in that team. It is only that somebody has to sit and think of what we have to target. We have to target 180, and in this pitch, 180 is a, let's say they are playing in Guwahati. 180 is something they need to target from the first ball. If they're able to control that emotions, control the crowd, control the expectations out of them, I think they are the team to look out. But I don't see that doing, because even after faltering in the final, they have not done that. We have seen in their second match.
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, they are definitely a very dangerous team. I think, and with addition of Harshal Patel, the depth bowling has also strengthened. So let's see. I mean, let's see. It's too early to say, but I hope they continue that same form and basically replicate what they did last year. Diksha, a quick one. So LSG, right? Lucknow Super Giants. Sanjeev Goenka factor. How does
Yeah,
it look like? How does Rishabh Pant, the captain, the most expensive player in this IPL, how does he look like?
as a player, I think he's still not firing, but as a captain, he's showing his street smart intelligence in the match. And I really like how he utilized another street smart cricketer like Shardul against Hyderabad. So Shardul is one of the, I would say one of the finest street smart cricketer way he when he was actually applying himself in the BGT. And it was quite surprising when he went unsold, maybe because of past performance and all, but he still can show his metal, and that's what he did. It was great, like neutralizing them, and the way he in the post match presentation, he said that, so it was Rishabh Pant's captaincy that he thought of utilizing him. I think he actually misutilized Shardul in the first match. He only gave him 2 overs,
Hmm.
right? That those learning process, Rishabh is learning about this management, learning about this team. It's a fresh new team for him. So it was, I liked how he quickly. He's not a guy who would stick to his guns and say that no, I this is the process I would follow. But then whatever he's learning about the strengths of the team, he's utilizing that, and I really like how he neutralized SRH on their home ground. And his own form is faltering a little, but his leadership is uh, top notch, I would say.
Yeah, and I think Lucknow's batting is looking equally dangerous as to SRH, right? With Puran and Mitchell Marsh firing all cylinders, right? And I think even this new bowling lineup that they have, I think addition of Prince Yadav and then Shardul Thakur. I think Shardul Thakur is doing what Mohit Sharma did, right? Mohit Sharma was a net bowler for Gujarat Titan, and he emerged as one of the top wicket takers in one of the IPLs recently. So Shardul Thakur is, I mean, he has a point to prove. He's a very gutsy cricketer. We have seen him in the India colours, that innings in Lords 68 or 69 that he scored. He's a very gutsy cricketer. So that is bringing that flavor. And I think Ravi Bishnoi, as always, he's bowling. The concern again for me, it will always be their bowling, because this is a very inexperienced bowling lineup. They might falter in big games. But the bigger concern here is, and I would like to get the answer from Saikat, Aiden Markram, is he the weakest link in LSG?
Uh, See, the kind of batting lineup they have, I think it looks similar to what Salt and Kohli combination, I thought. So probably Kohli will bat through and Salt and players around in RCB when we talk about, we'll discuss that. They'll attack playing around Kohli. So I think that is somewhat they have to plan. I think this, if they have not planned it like that, I don't see Markram playing against any other Indian option if they have in their opening slot. Any uncapped option or anything, they might have a plan B on that. But if Markram is not sticking to this plan, they will still try Markram for another couple of match, and I'm very sure he'll perform in one of the either of the two matches in the upcoming matches. I'm not sure what are their two upcoming matches against whom and at which venue, but I think Markram will definitely. I mean, my personal opinion, he will suit this lineup because he needs to carry his bat and players around him will play aggressive cricket. So the kind of start which Mitchell Marsh is giving, it will it will give him some sort of independence to play sensibly and the best part about LSG's decision is playing Nicholas Puran right at number 3.
Correct.
I
Agreed.
think it's about a lot of franchises missing out their best and aggressive overseas batter playing most number of balls. We have seen a lot of debates when Karen Pollard was there. He was batting late. He was coming late. We are still seeing that in case of Andre Russell, who is batting late for KKR. We recently saw Hetmeyer batting at number 8. Imagine the
Hmm.
only proper overseas batter you have is playing at number 8, and your impact sub is playing ahead him in the last match for Sunrise. Sorry, for Rajasthan Royals.
If
So in
you
that
consider
case, they are
Hasaranga
utilizing
as
number 3 Nicholas Puran.
they send
So
Hasaranga at 5.
they sent Hasaranga at
Yes.
5. Yeah.
Saranga, right.
So
Correct.
so these are some of the decisions, right? Your best batter is playing at number 3. As simple as that. So
Hmm.
I think about Markram, he will shine because he will get that the kind of lineup where he can express himself and play a runnable kind of innings and around 120 odd strike to carry his bat.
Hmm.
I would differ in IPL. We have seen the best batter coming at number 9 too.
I know people who are watching this live podcast. They must be eagerly waiting that when we'll talk about CSK. So I'll let them wait for some time. But before that, since Shaikat, you brought the point of Headmare, what has happened to Rajasthan? What exactly has hit them?
So see, I think they were struggling to find the right bowlers, right? Look at this team, right? They missed out four major players, I would say: Ashwin, Chahal, Butler, and Bolt. So I think to fill that gap, right? They spend a lot of money on Jofra Archer. They have a lot of hope on Jofra. Jofra Archer had his best season when he was playing for Rajasthan Royals. So they came in as a hope that Jofra Archer will bring them all sort of. They'll bring out of all the miseries what they had as a death bowler as well as the new bowler, and that literally backfired. So your best bowler is getting hit for the maximum amount of run. So to it's very difficult to manage this. So reason why I think Riyan Parag is bowling 4 overs, and you don't have your spinners available, right? Your best spinners are both the overseas spinners who are always hot and cold, right? You won't have your best possible. I mean, if you talk about Yuzvendra Chahal, you talk about Sunil Narayan. Even if they don't pick up wickets, they will be sort of economical. Or batsmen will tend to look out their 4 overs and try to hit out the rest of the bowlers. So for Hasaranga and I'm forgetting the other bowler, other Sri Lankan bowler spinner,
Pathirana.
Tikshana.
Sorry, no,
Tikshana,
Tikshana.
Tikshana.
Tikshana,
Yeah, so
yes.
I think they always. I think Tikshana's probably would have got the best career in the IPL while playing for CSK in that wicket, but he still couldn't make that mark, right? Which means he's still catching up. I don't see
Correct.
him as a leading spinner in that setup, and that is something they will miss out. So Riyan Barak have to bowl, and they don't have an option. They don't have a gun bowler to look out for, which they hope for in Jofra Archer. And what Gautam Gambhir said, right? Bowlers win new tournament. So they might win few matches here and there, but I'm not seeing them winning this tournament.
So Richa, a quick question. So I agree. I mean, whatever points Saikat mentioned, their bowling is looking extremely weak. I mean, your frontline bowler cannot concede 76 runs in 4 overs.
Yeah.
That's what Jofra Archer is for you. But is Riyan Parag looking good as a captain?
No. Riyan Parag is quite inexperienced. They are just trying to cover him for cover Sanju Samson for the first two match. He's basically clueless, uh, and I think the team management is also not helping him. They massively misread the pitch. They played Tushar Deshpande on the Guwahati match, and they did only bowled him one over. They also didn't utilize Sandeep Sharma, who is the player they retained, and he's one of the experienced IPL bowler, better than Jofra Archer in such conditions, I believe. And he didn't utilize him at all. They put too much. I think basically Riyan Parag was given a framework how to go about with the captaincy during the fielding or the bowling time, and he was not able to like. He was using the framework. The only out of the box thing he could do was letting himself bowl. Okay, that was the only thing he was able to do multiple times, and he was quite economical in his bowling. But his captaincy was he was totally clueless as a captain. So when Sanju Samson comes back, he can again take the take back the responsibility, and I hope they can utilize. They have a lot of options. They might not have uh, quality in the sense, but they have a lot of option, and they multiple of their option like KKR. What happened in the first match? They have a huge middle order, a very deep middle order, but none of them fired. So similarly, bowling wise, that happened to RR. RR can utilize in certain condition. RR can win matches, I believe, but it will be tough. They have let their street smart players like Ashwin and Chahal uh, from the team. So, and they kept Sandeep Sharma, but they are not utilizing him to the full potential. Jofra Archer, I believe, is a great bowler, but he's pretty one-dimensional. We didn't see him utilizing his, utilizing his intelligence to counter whenever he was getting beaten a lot. So that is a problem we are facing. Okay, so Striker has
Yeah,
I'm
high
there. I'm
coverage.
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Okay.
think yeah, I think your point is correct, right? So, so one thing you mentioned that he's following the framework. So yeah, exactly, he's following a template.
Yeah.
Sandeep Sharma was your best bowler, and you still do not complete his quota of 4 overs. Tushar Deshpande, I think we also, I mean, he was good when he was playing in Chennai, right? You bowl him just 1 over. You bowl Nitish Rana. I am not sure. I mean, if Tushar Pandey is there, you bowl Nitish Rana out of nowhere. I mean, when was the last time Nitish Rana bowled, right? So I agree that they're trying different options, but at least give your frontline bowlers a chance, right? So yes, Riyan Parag looks very average on the captaincy. It's not only about the bowling. I mean, we all agree that they were getting hammered all through the park in the SRH match, but they did not have a plan B again. They were not trying something different. They were just following the template. Okay, I have to bowl Jofra for 4 overs. I will bowl him for 4 overs. I'll have to bowl Tushar Deshpande maybe 1 over only. So that's what the template allows. So that's how it will be. But anyways,
Captaincy,
let's.
captaincy
Hmm,
requires experience. That's why I'm
hmm.
happy that KKR gave Rahane the captaincy instead of Venki Iyer. This is the game which proves that you need experience to constantly move around the bowlers, to constantly focus on your strength, to understand the situation. So now we understand why inexperienced I mean, there are young captains throughout the world, but you got to have players with those kind of metal. But I don't think Riyan Parag falls under that kind of category. Yeah.
Okay. So as you're talking about captaincy, let's go to our team number 5. That is a new captain, Delhi Capitals. How does Delhi Capital look like? Uh, Rigjay, we can start with you.
Yeah. Delhi Capitals, I would say that match with LSG, I would say that they have got some, what do you call, champion players. Okay. Champion players, I would say, not champion players, like, players that build matches or kind of like this. This player, Ashutosh Sharma, has also been tremendous for Punjab, if I'm not wrong. And he was the factor here. I think the other guy I keep forgetting his name. Something.
Shashank?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, no,
no, no, Shashank, right? Or the
no, no,
one
no.
who
The
played in Delhi.
the
Vipraj
other
Nigam.
Delhi guy, yeah,
Vipraj Nigam.
Or
Vipraj,
something.
Vipraj.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See how we forget their name also. These two guys were instrumental in the match. Okay, and these kind of players is what IPL is known for. I mean, many players also got lost in these 18 years, but many players have actually, even I would say, Bumrah is a product of IPL. Both Bumrah and Hardik, these two players were born out of. We knew them from IPL. So these kind of players, show that sometimes you can. I mean, that match was lost. Technically, you can say, and that match was lost and somehow they turned around. It's more about those the aptitude of those players other than the captaincy, I would say. But yeah, uh, DC, I would say that they haven't got their combination complete, right? KL Rahul is still yet to play for them, so it will be interesting to see where he puts himself. Akshar has started to promote himself just like Gautam
Gambhir
Gambhir
used to do. Hmm.
here. So he's like, okay, I can bat on the little on the top, the anti CSK, okay, where
Correct, correct.
kind of like thing. So I would say, yeah, but I do not rate them till now. It's a long tournament. We'll have to see how they do in their home conditions. Whether they, because I think Kotla is a belter similar to Hyderabad.
Hmm. Correct.
Uh, so they have the lower order set where they can turn around matches, but will they be able to do with such kind of bowling? I'm not sure. So that will be
So,
some.
Saikat, quick question. Jake Fraser McGurk, will he have the same season like he had last year?
Mm, I don't think so because he is out of form. I mean, again, IPL form does not matter, but again, he is not in that experience. I don't see him recreating that, considering he got. I think he played after the last IPL around 10, 12 T20 matches for Australia. I think he got a chance, and he faltered in every match except 150 he has. So I think when you come to to your second season, right? When the opposition have a team plan against you, so they know what to bowl and what to expect out of you. So it's not a surprise. So at some point of time, I still feel I don't know whether KL Rahul will be opening or not in case Jake Fraser McGurk falters, and we have to see whether they have Podel as well, right? Ishan Podel. So he's also a brilliant guy. So I don't know where KL Rahul
Abhishek
will
Porel.
Abhishek Porel, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Abhishek Porel. So where KL Rahul, when KL Rahul comes in, what would the combination? It is still, it's an outside news that KL Rahul will not be the anchor kind of role what he used to do for LSG. But I think it's a they have expected that they will get that kind of start from Fraser McGurk. I don't see that happening again. So just an outside thought about his form and the kind of the kind of preparation the opposition comes in the IPL.
So maybe Jake Fraser McGurk would turn out to be a one season wonder, or who knows, he will repeat it
Considering
season
they
after
have
season.
trusted, yeah, considering they have trusted Abhishek Porel, right? So he's a brilliant opening option. So if Rahul comes in at cost of Abhishek Porel, that gives you a little bit pressure on Fraser McGurk. So I think Abhishek Porel and Faf du Plessis will be a brilliant combination of, and they can utilize that another fourth option of your overseas quota.
Correct. Talking about one season wonders, right? When Gujarat won the first season under Hardik Pandya's captaincy, and I think they were the finalists in the second season. And after that, Hardik Pandya left. We know all about that trade-off, right? And then we have a new captain, Shubman Gill, and they have consistently not done well in the last season or so. Do you see Gujarat Titans being a one-season wonder under Hardik Pandya, or Shubman Gill is going to take them way forward? Rickjoy, your thoughts?
Yeah, I do see there. Uh, one decision I'm quite baffled about is why they are not letting Butler to open. They're opening with Gill and Sudarshan, two classical players as their opener. I think right now, as since we are doing it live, so I can tell when we are doing it. It's good. Gujarat is batting right now against MI, and Sai Sudarshan just made a 40 ball 60 and he just got out. So I mean, his shots look amazing. I mean, he's a great classical player. So does Subman Gill. but I don't think their top order, I mean, whatever decision they're making, they have sent Rutherford quite low, and players like Tewati or Rutherford don't get that amount of time to take the match home. Like it happened in their last match, where they were like on the brink. Like if their opening partnership were a little faster, they could have crossed the line, but they were on the brink, and ultimately they faltered when their lower order was couldn't keep up with such a high run rate. So that thing is happening today right now also as we speak. We see Subman and the Sai Sudarshan made a great start, but they were quite slow. So they are now making almost 180 odd runs out of 80. I think they will go up till 190. And I think in this, I think 179 right now at 18 overs. So this means that this match belongs to Mumbai. This is the problem that they will face. They will have their batting order is full of classical players. They are not putting Butler on the like who is a great hitter of the ball, and he has got so much success as an opener, and you put him one down. So I don't understand the reasoning behind this. So that these are the reasons why BT might falter, and they might not be able to recover. I don't see them going to the qualifiers, at least for the first two matches. At least after first
Yeah.
match, I would have
So,
said something, but right now the second match is going on as we speak. If you
hmm.
see their scorecard, you won't. It's a recency bias, I would say, but you see that where they're faulting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you have Josh Butler, he and the way the impact that he had for Rajasthan last year as well, that century in Kolkata, right? So I think you have to play him. I mean, you have to play him at the opening position, nowhere else. Sai Sudarshan could have come at three. I mean, that template would have still worked for them. Or even for the matter of the fact, if you want to play Sai Sudarshan for the opening, then you could have brought Gill at number three. That would also have done, right? You cannot have two similar players opening the innings and then have 40 runs in the power play. Today it was not 40, it was 66 runs, but I mean, most of the times we'll see
They
this
slowed down.
opening.
Eventually, they slowed down when the field
Eventually
started.
they slow down. Correct.
Eventually,
Eventually they slow down. Correct.
they're not
Correct.
power hitters. Their instinct is not to go after the ball every day. They were Sudarshans were hitting flicks and those classical shots in the power play. It looked amazing, but unfortunately
I
the
think
game.
the reason why I think they missed out on the last match, I feel, was sending Rutherford at that point of time. Rutherford is your is again the similar kind of player, right? I don't see him as a gun power hitter. You have Glenn Phillip, and you're not utilizing him. He can give you off spin. He can save 20-25 runs in the field, and then he
Correct.
can do your finishing work. So he's your gun finisher. I don't know why they are not utilizing that,
The
especially
same thing
coming from
as
that
we
sort of
speak,
form.
the same thing is happening right now. Ford and he has
Hmm.
faltered
Okay.
again. Now it's Rabada
I
Correct.
is
don't
hitting.
think Rutherford is someone who can anchor the innings much more better than if he's asked to score 80 from 30 odd balls. That is the role
Correct.
he's doing for West Indies as well. So I don't see him as a finisher, T20 finisher.
And
So
that's why
so
he was
Saikat,
utilized very easily when they started to bowl wide Yorkers to him.
Yeah.
They
hmm.
utilized him in the last
That
match.
that 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 was the match where they was. I thought they were pretty much in the winning position till the time they decided we will send Rutherford. I'm not blaming Rutherford what he did, but still we are calling a 150 strike rate. We are still discussing the strike rate of Rutherford, which was 150, and still criticizing. So that is the kind of format we are playing, right? So
Hmm.
if you're chasing 240, you need to have 180 at batting at number six or seven.
Agreed. I mean, and that's where I think the role of Tewatia and Shah Rukh Khan would be great. I mean, it would be
Correct.
more over here that they have to have that finishing capability, and they have to have that final push that the Gujarat team would look like.
So
Otherwise, it will
I,
always
I
end up by 180, 90.
correct. So I have personally kept GT as one of my four teams. I still feel they have the team to beat, but it's just about utilizing those players. What we talked about opening with Butler, it's about proper
Mm,
utilization of the resources which needs to be done. I still see they will probably go with Butler in the later half of the tournament. They will go with Butler as an opener. They'll probably bring in Glenn Phillip. When those pieces come together, right? I think this team will be the team to beat. So this team is very good on paper. It's all about utilization. It's a very critical season for Ashish Nehra as well. I think the owners have changed. They've still stuck with Ashish Nehra. So it's a team where Ashish Nehra also has to prove his worth this season onwards. So it's a critical season for him too, as well as Gill,
Correct.
because from the time he have taken captaincy, I think team have not performed as it was expected. So again, not criticizing. Last year they missed out Shami and Pandya both, so that was a critical loophole what they had. But I think this is the year they need to prove.
Yeah, fine. Let's move to our team number 7. Any prizes for guessing? दिल थाम के बैठिए, आ रहे हैं थाला, लाखों दिलों की धड़कन, लाखों सीएस के दिलों की धड़कन, थाला। बट थाला क्या नंबर 9 पे आ रहे हैं या वो नंबर 10 पे आ रहे हैं? क्वेश्चन टू साइकर.
I think it's no more a cricket. It's all about glory now. So from last from the last match they played right against RCB, I think little bit from now onwards we have seen a split in the CSK fan base as well. There are people who are who have their opinion about what CSK is supposed to perform, and there are people who have a very blind following towards MS Dhoni, right? So there is this little split which has never happened. So we have already seen post and pre Dhoni era, sorry, post and Dhoni era as well as the post Dhoni era as a captain. What CSK has done. CSK has, I think, 9 out of 10 they have reached playoffs in Dhoni's era, and 2 out of 3 times they have faltered when Dhoni was not the captain. And probably
Correct.
this is also another year where they'll struggle a bit considering the kind of batting lineup they have. So I think they are still pushing him as a glory. I don't know the rules, the BCCI, the TRPs, everything is all about him. But unless you have, okay, a lot of people might argue with me about his keeping skills. No, I correct them. It's not keeping skill, it's just stumping skills. So stumping is just a subset of keeping. You cannot keep a player, you cannot build your team, you cannot build teams surrounding a player who is giving you value only on the basis of stumping and nothing else. Right? So that is what is happening. The quicker they move out of it, the better for the team is. If CSK fans are happy about just seeing Dhoni the batter and Dhoni coming every season after season, you donning that yellow jersey and playing, if that is giving them the best sort of entertainment and not seeing CSK going to the playoffs or winning the tournament again, I think it's fine.
Exactly. I mean, what is the I mean, Dhoni coming at number 9. I mean, a pure batter, right? A pure batter, which Mahendra Singh Dhoni is. He's pushing Ashwin. I can still feel that okay, Jadeja is still fine. Sam Curran is still okay, but Ashwin, when the required run rate is what was it? It was 13, 14,
Around,
15.
yeah, 12
So
plus.
there, so there can be, I mean, there can be two reasons. One is either he thinks that he is no longer competent enough. I mean, he cannot win out. He cannot win matches. He will just come for the fans. He will play those glory shots, right? He will hit those winning runs, maybe a 6 or a 4. Unfortunately, Rachin Ravindra steal the credit last time. Okay, otherwise it would have been Dhoni, and again, Dhoni fans would have gone gaga. So either he does not have confidence in his batting, right? He knows that he can only play for 5 or 6 deliveries, or maybe he is very much overconfident that let me do one thing, that let the run rate push to a 30 plus or a impossible target, and then I will just come and I'll just score a 16 ball 30.
No,
And that was a
I
16 ball 30.
really,
If you see the pattern, if you see the
I really
pattern
doubt.
there,
I mean, there was no
hmm,
intent from either Dhoni or Jadeja or Ashwin on that on chasing that total. So
correct.
even Dhoni came started defending the first ball and nudging around for taking singles, and so there was no intent. Not even Dhoni, forget Dhoni, there was no intent from the lineup. I don't know. So they already thought they will. So the statement what Gaikwad made, right? we are happy that the defeat margin was 50.
Exactly.
So the whole target was to just to protect the net run rate.
Absolutely. And I cannot expect that from Ashwin. I cannot expect that from Ashwin. Okay, he's not a power hitter. But Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I mean, his template of batting, if you see, right? This we have been talking multiple times, even in our chats. I mean, this is a template that we have seen it from like not 1 or 2 years, it's like 7 8 years. This is the same template that he follows for Indian cricket team, for CSK. What he does, he defends, takes the game deep, and then scores the runs when it is not relevant. If you remember that match, right? 36 runs of 4 balls, and he was changing the gloves and the bat, right? I mean, that can only give some happiness that can only give some happiness to the crazy CSK fans. Otherwise, it is never going to win you tournaments. I was browsing through one of the reels, and one of the young CSK fans, he was given two options: CSK winning the tournament or Dhoni scoring 100. He chose, I will choose Dhoni scoring 100. That's how the standard has gone down. And if Dhoni and thinking from a Dhoni's perspective, like what does Dhoni want? I mean, forget about the revenue, forget about the fan base that he brings, but what does Dhoni want? Does he want to enjoy the game? If he wants to enjoy the game, he can go ahead and express himself at number three,
I mean, it is
whatever be
costing
the
the team,
situation.
right? It is
Yeah,
costing the team.
whatever be the situation, you go at number three, be it a 60 ball 80 runs needed, or be it 60 balls 160 runs needed. Whatever be the scene, you go at number three, you score a 9 or a 10 ball 25, you get out.
Correct.
That's it. You enjoy the game that way, right? So, I mean, very unfortunate to see him bat at number nine. I would never have thought that Dhoni would be coming at number nine. I believe that if this team had a Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur, then I guess Dhoni would have come at 11. He would have pushed Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur as well. Dickjoy, your
Correct.
thoughts?
Yeah, you said that what does Dhoni want? I think he made pretty clear that he said that he wants to enjoy the game, and he wants to play cricket just like we used to play cricket when we were young at 4 p.m. And that cricket was absolutely bonkers. So we used to stop playing games. Somebody threw the wicket away. Somebody whose bat is somebody got out and he took his bat home. The ball went to the nala, okay, and somebody has to hit that ball. So he wants to play that brand of cricket, which is absolute bonkers. So that's what he's showing, that this is possible. You can have one of your biggest hitter who can still make 30 out of 15 balls, which is quite impressive. But he will come late. Okay, he will create situation. Some people have never thought he will create this conversation. We are having the conversation. Why? Because he
Hmm.
can do that. He has that aura to make us talk about him. Why? Because if you have seen one video long back, that there was a Wankhede centenary celebration going on, and Gavaskar, Sachin, and Rohit Sharma were sitting side by side. And a kid came quickly, and he just signed the autograph from Rohit Sharma, took a selfie, and went away. And Gavaskar and Sachin were looking at them. So this is what happens. Like with time, everything passes. You never get to understand who are the legends of the game. So Dhoni ensures that at least people who are from the next generation, Gen Z, who haven't seen him play actually, because he has retired long time back, almost 4 years. So we are a generation where we are seeing post-COVID kids are watching cricket. So he's ensuring that he just want to tell them, see, this is how I'm batting. I used to bat or something like that. So he keep his name relevant in that way, and that's the only logical answer I can find to it. Other than that, uh, as you have Saikat was also, there are some fraction going on in CSK fan, but it is only 2 years. So Rohit Sharma has won the IPL 5 years ago, and the only biggest punishment he got was removal from captaincy. As of now, Dhoni has won, despite all this criticism, he has won the IPL 2 years ago. So it's still quite fresh in the mind of CSK that if he plays like this and offers us so many IPL, so he deserves that much of love and accolade from the CSK fan. But if this continues for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I'm not sure how long he will play. He will cross the record of WG Grace playing, or CK Naidu. I think CK Naidu played till 60 years for India. So yeah. So if he and he is making a joke out of it. Like he does this advertisement which only talks about this point. Like he does this cement advertisement. He said how long you're
Correct,
gonna be there. He said three
correct,
years.
correct.
Yeah. So he's into this joke. Okay, and that's the only reason I would say that he wants to be there because he can, and till it he becomes a burden. As of now, a 2 year trophy drought is still acceptable, but once it goes to like KKR level, 10 years, 6 years, 7 years, then the fans might say that okay, we can utilize one player, one young captain, wicketkeeper can play, wicketkeeper batsman can play on his behalf. So that might happen. Other than that, if you want to enjoy and create moment like this, I am I'm ready to discuss on it.
Okay, let's. I think let's talk about the other two teams. I think we already talked about RCB, so we are not going to discuss about RCB. So CSK. While we are talking about CSK, how will we miss Mumbai Indians, right? I mean, my favorites are Mumbai Indians and CSK. But the way CSK is going, I don't see them favorites now. But you never know; the tables might turn again. But what about Mumbai? I mean, with this kind of a lineup, was that just a one-off game where Hardik Pandya and Bumrah was not there and they lost, or is it going to be the trend going forward as well? Saikat.
No, I think this same team will look very different when Bumrah comes in. So I think Jasprit Bumrah brings in a template. I would say that I will bowl only one over, or I think the matter of fact, since Bold and Deepak Chahar is already playing, he'll be just taking care from 12 to 20th over. Now imagine the pressure of the batter who has to score in the initial first 6 overs, scoring against Deepak Chahar and Bold, and then you have a pressure of playing the middle order as well as because you cannot score much going the back end. So this entire template of the team will look very different when Bumrah comes in. I still have a lot of hope with this team, and I think I still see them going through. They're probably winning this match today as well. So they have a
Hmm,
very good batting lineup. I think Will Jacks is not playing today, but even without that, they have a inform. I think the entire lineup has the informed batsman more predominantly, more than just a good lineup.
correct, right. I think let's talk about the last team, that is Punjab Kings, and we'll talk about the. So we'll also talk about two big encounters that we have this. So we are randomly picking some interesting encounters this week. So one of them would be while we talk about Punjab. So LSG versus Punjab Kings. So first picture, how does Punjab look like this time? Does it look like to be go
Yeah,
into the finals?
Punjab looks formidable with Shreyas Iyer taking up the leadership from the front and the way he has improved. Me as a KKR fan was quite jealous of his innings. I mean, he didn't play such kind of a role in KKR. He was quite. He didn't. I mean, he was more of an anchor player, but this time he was hitting quite clean shots and big shots. So and his captaincy was top notch. Whatever player he had, he was able to utilize them, make them bowl in correct areas. So it shows that, yeah, he had, I think Ramandeep in a podcast told that Shreyas Iyer used to ignore some of the management's framework or template and used to take decision on the fly, and which have helped KKR to win matches. So if that's true, then obviously you can see that happen. Punjab actually trying to take an approach of clearing all they had and make a team from scratch, and that formula is working at least for the first match. I'm not sure. They have two home grounds, right? Dharmashala and Mullarpur. So they have to handle on those bases. And the first match is not enough to understand what are the strengths and weaknesses in terms of batting and bowling. But Shreyas leading from the front, and if he plays like that for like orange cap or something, they are a team to beat.
Okay,
And I think
Saikat.
somebody
Yeah.
told that Ricky Ponting told that the decision of bringing in Vijay Kumar Vaishak was taken by Shreyas. So he told
Vijay
not to
Kumar
send
Veshak
the.
was a yeah. Vijay
He
Kumar
was
Veshak is
brilliant.
a
I
very
think
good bowler.
he was the difference. The way he bowls those
He was.
Yorkers at the end, I think he made the difference of the score.
Yeah.
And I think he was good in RCB as well. Just those
Yes.
monstrous pitches in RCB. That's what I mean. Could not justify the talent he has. He has been very good in the domestic as well. An addition of Vijay Kumar Veshak to that bowling lineup, which has already UG Chahal and Arshdeep Singh. It's a great filler, I would say. And I think Maxwell is yet to fire, but I think this time Maxwell will be doing decently. Stoinis, Shreyas, Prabhsimran also I expect a lot from him. So hopefully this team would look like a team to beat this time. So Saikat, quick prediction time. Will we? So I'm not sure about the entire season, but will we see a smile on face of Preeti Zinta in the match, or will it be Sanjeev Goenka who would be clinching this match? LSG versus PBKS.
So the kind of form both the teams are showing, right? I still see Punjab is going through ahead of LSG because at the end of the day, the consistent your bowlers are, the better is your team. Even considering your top line, if your impact sub coming as a bowler and winning you matches for Punjab like Vaishak did, it's a great sign for the team.
Vijay, your prediction?
Yeah, I also believe that this will be a very juicy encounter, and Punjab will have the last laugh. But I'm also looking forward to the innings from Nicholas Puran because he can take the match away from the opponent. If they are like chasing or something, Nicholas Puran can make the difference.
Okay, I my heart says that Punjab will be winning this because on paper that is the logical thing. But let's say to the defy the logic and to make it a even contest, I will go with LSG, just banking on the pure talent that they have shown in the bowling department, especially Prince Yadav. Let's hope that LSG wins this. So 1-2. Let's see who wins. Let's talk about the other battle we have. Interesting battle. Last time finalist KKR and SRH. Two good teams. Both have won one matches apiece out of the two they have played. Uh, we'll start with Rigjai. It's a
We
it's
have
a it's a match. It's a
KKR
match
and
in Kolkata. KKR versus Sunrisers. It's a match in Kolkata. Repeat of
Monday.
the final. Yes, repeat of the finals.
Yeah, I think because KKR has won the last match and Hyderabad has lost the last match, so that momentum is gonna continue. And if it's in Eden, right? It's in
Correct.
Kolkata, right?
Eden.
Yeah. So we got to see what kind of pitch they're offering. If it is a rank turner or even if it is a spin friendly wicket, then KKR will have the
No, I don't think they will get that sort of wicket. It will be again smallish ground and that sort of wicket. KKR bowlers should be. I don't know. It's hard to stop that team. I see them really scoring 300 this time around in that pitch.
Yes, talking about SRH.
I'm talking about SRH. SRH and Eden Gardens. I don't think so. They played last year, right?
no, we
No, I
I
think yes,
don't.
they did. They did that very first match of Harshit Rana's
Harshit
gesture.
Rana,
That
I
was at
think
Eden Gardens. Yes,
dismissed Klaasen, if you remember. Klaasen was
yeah.
Hmm.
cruising, but KKR
Klassen
made
was cruising. Correct.
200 plus, I think 218 or 10, something like that.
218. They almost chased it.
Yeah, they almost changed
So
it,
if
and then
if
yeah,
SRH is batting in that wicket, first doing I think batting first in that wicket, high chances we are getting a 250 plus score.
So, Saikat, your player of the match for this match,
Uh, I think Abhishek Sharma.
Rigjoy,
I think
Travis Head, Rigjoy, Travis Head, or
I
Abhishek
would
Sharma or Klassen.
still hope that KKR wins this match. I will say Sunil Narayan can be the MVP if he comes back.
Okay. My prediction would be that SRH might be winning this match. I hope that KKR bounces back, but I think SRH will be winning this match, and it would be Travis Head. If the factor is that if he does not get out on Spencer Johnson's delivery, the way I mean he has a weakness against left arm seamers like
Left
Mitchell
arm.
Stark, right? Yeah, that's the only thing. Okay, let's hope. I mean, we have another very interesting week. I mean, there are other matches as well, but in the interest of time, we didn't wanted this podcast to be forever. That's why we could just restrict ourselves to two matches, two very interesting matches. We'll again come up with a review next week of all the matches that will be happening in this week, and then again we will pick some different teams. So today we picked, I think, four teams for the two matches. We'll pick different teams. We'll try to make it more interesting so that we talk about all the teams throughout this IPL season. So we'll again pick two mouth-watering contests next week as well, and we'll be back again with our review. Hopefully, in this entire week we'll see Dhoni bat a bit upper in the order. and maybe score some good runs. And hopefully RCB will continue their winning run and maybe who knows win the championship. Thank you, Rickjoy. Thank you, Saikat, for joining us. And let's hope for a enthralling week coming forward.
Thank
Thanks.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.